Hello, everyone. Welcome to this town hall update. I'm James Milan, and I am speaking with our town manager, Adam Chapdelaine. Adam, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Um, Plenty to cover, as usual. We want to talk about Black History Month, which we are now, geez, almost halfway through. And then indoor mask mandates. People are going to be curious about that. But I wanted to start by talking about the recent announcement about the town kind of securing a favorable interest rate on recent borrowing and also reaffirming its AAA rating. Hey, there are a lot of folks like me out there who might have read the press release and said, "What? I know this is good news, but somebody tell me why and how." So that's what we rely on you for, Adam. So can you please give us the explanation for what the impact is for us?
Absolutely. It's nice to start with good news. So cities and towns, state governments, even the federal government, they all get credit ratings just like you and I get credit ratings when we're going out to take out a car loan or a mortgage or refinance or whatever it might mean. So the town got reaffirmed as a AAA rating for its credit. So I think that would really be like if you or I had a perfect credit score, like an 850 credit score, which would mean we'd qualify for the best borrowing terms if we were doing something in regards to our personal finance. So
So
from the town's
excuse me,
point,
but I guess that means then that AAA is as good as you can get.
AAA is as good as you can get when you're
Okay.
rated by Standard and Poor's.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
Standard and Poor's or S&P comes out and does ratings. Communities could also work with Moody's that has a slightly different scale that they look at, but most communities pick one or the other. And for decades, the town has gone with S&P. And it's been, I think, 12, 13, even maybe even 15 years, the town has been AAA rated now. And again, it means we qualify for very competitive interest rates when we borrow for town capital projects. And that's important in any year, but it's been even more important recently as we've been doing the borrowing for the high school, which are, huge borrowing numbers as compared to our normal annual borrowing for capital projects. So we went out to borrow for approximately $86 million, dollars, the lion's share of which was for the high school project and a smaller portion for the DPW project. And we got an effective rate of 2.4% on that borrowing. So for anybody who's familiar with their own interest rates or even refinancing, that is still a tremendous rate. It's up from, I think, the 1.7% we paid last year for the first tranche of borrowing for the high school, but still an incredibly competitive rate. And it's a testament to a few things. It's a testament to a really strong economy and real estate market in Arlington. It's a testament to strong financial management of the town and the town's commitment to long range financial planning. So it's good news that it saves the taxpayers money when we borrow at a lower rate. And it's good news that all of our work year in and year out to do our best to manage the town's finances results in that AAA rating.
You mentioned, good fiscal management here in town, and that just reminds me to let viewers know that recently talked to Deputy Town Manager Sandy Pooler, and you can find that on ACMi on the website and on our channels about the upcoming budget, the 2023 fiscal year budget. And again, it reflects what it is you're talking about here. It reflects the thoughtfulness and the preparation and the long-term preparation and planning that goes in to each year's budget and the decisions made there. So reflected here in this really good news about the AAA rating and the consequent nice interest rates. I would have loved to get 2.6
Same,
on my
same here.
mortgage. All right, so great. Let's, as I mentioned, we are, midway through February, which is Black History Month. So how is the town commemorating the occasion, and what can people, what should people be looking out for?
So I think there's a few main things to talk about. First, there's a series of banners throughout town that were approved by the select board 2 meetings ago that have now been put up in East Arlington, the center, and the Heights, and also all three business districts. And the one in the Heights is a new one this year entitled Young People Leading the New Civil Rights Movement. So it's a theme around young people that have been working on civil rights, both locally and across the nation. Jasmine Milton's portraits of her peers lost to gun violence are also part of the art that's been displayed as part of this exhibit. So we have a session next Tuesday, February 15th from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. The Human Rights Commission is going to virtually host this session to be able to talk about the art and have the artists on and talk to them about their art. So that's one thing that we're doing. And additionally, Jill Harvey, our DEI director, who I know you sit with as well on a regular basis, has a series of events that she's putting forward in relation to Black History Month, and they're all posted on her webpage on the town's website.
That is excellent news as well. So let's get to maybe, I don't know, is it less excellent news or not? I guess it depends on your perspective. Anyway, on February 9th, just a couple of days ago, our governor, Charlie Baker, announced that the school mask mandate, the mask mandate for students in school, will expire on February 28th. So just tell us, what does that mean for Arlington's indoor mask mandate?
So I think it means a few things. The Board of Health will begin to consider and likely consider at its meeting next week the general public space indoor mask mandate. And I know the superintendent, working with her school committee, will have to consider the school's mask mandate and whether or not it will stay in effect in Arlington. Lots of opinions on all sides, as there has been for a while around pandemic mitigation measures. But we will look at it very closely. We'll look at what our neighbors are doing in surrounding communities, and look at both data, science, and our comparable communities, and hopefully within the next week or two make a decision about where we'll stand on the mask mandate.
All right. Well, thanks for that. Obviously, the news is very recent, so decisions are still pending. But thanks for bringing us up to date with what the thinking is right now.
Of course.
Before we let you go, anything else that you wanted to add this week?
So I think the last time we spoke, we were about to have a little winter come upon us, and then we had two different versions of winter in a row in the weekends following our last conversation. So I really just wanted to give a huge thank you to the DPW team, the facilities team, and other town staff that were involved in sort of this feeling like a week-long cleanup effort. So we had a blizzard a couple weeks ago, which, I think by all reports dumped about 20 inches of snow, give or take, in Arlington. That was a tremendous effort, just fighting the blizzard on the day of. Crews worked about 30 hours straight, which is really just a tremendous effort to put forth, to work that many hours straight battling a storm like that. They took one night off and then worked, I believe, another 3 nights in a row overnight, cleaning up business districts, crosswalks, curb cuts around town, really trying to get as much snow out of there as possible. Followed up by that next Friday, a totally different storm. Probably only had an accumulation of an inch or an inch and a half of ice and sleet and muck and a little bit of snow on top. But that also was another 30-hour effort by the crews, treating, plowing, scraping, treating again. In some ways, I think they would probably say that was a tougher storm than the blizzard because of the nature of the icy buildup. So really, it's New England. We know we have to expect these things, but that was really in a short period of time, a lot of effort, a lot of work done by DPW. And as I drive around town, I look, nothing's ever perfect in Arlington or beyond, but I really think they did an amazing job cleaning up after what was a series of challenging storms. And I just want to say thank you.
Here, here. I mean, we all know what it was like just to dig out from our own houses, just kind of imagine what it's like to do that on a town-wide scale. The other thing I just wanted to say is that I'm glad that you and other town officials often take these updates as opportunities to point out and call out and shout out to those who, we need to be reminded are working very much for our benefit, often invisibly. And it's great that there's space in these updates, or you make that space to just kind of shine a little light on those efforts. So thanks for that. And thanks to you, DPW workers. All right, I have been speaking with Adam Chapdelaine, our town manager, for this town hall update. We appreciate Adam's time. We always do. And we appreciate your time as well. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm James Milan. We'll see you next time.